Hello everyone and welcome to the Retro Gaming Junction. This is Camilio and today we're starting Tex Murphy Under a Killing Moon. One of the best, if not the best. People love it a lot. It was a huge success when it came out. It was a huge game. Like this 1994, there wasn't a lot of FMV games. There were, but I don't think this one's the first or anything. I'm gonna read a little snippet of the manual, which explains who's Tex Murphy and the world and a couple of the characters. Congratulations, you're about to enter the virtual world of Under a Killing Moon. Yeah, the manual just is like virtual world, and this is an interactive movie. Yeah, well, okay. I believe you. Who is Tex Murphy? Tex Murphy PI first appeared in Mean Street, then Martian Memorandum. In Under a Killing Moon, Tex appears during movie sequences and conversation. No, he's always there. Tex, you're Tex, and is played by Chris Jones, the director and co-designer of this interactive movie. Though Tex is on screen, you still have complete control over what he says and does. When you're not in conversation or viewing a movie sequence, you look through Tex's eye, controlling his movement. That's where like there's a kind of a non-realization of what they're making. They want this to be an interactive movie, but they want this to be a virtual experience where you're Tex Murphy. And both can exist, but back then it's like a movie you need to see Tex Murphy. So they're like, this is Tex on the screen. He's played by that guy. And when you're not controlling him, you're in his eyes. Like it's okay. I feel it's still weird. Where nowadays it's more like you're always in control of your character, and the cutscene is just a side thing. Texas somewhere between 29 and 49, with some premature wrinkles and a bad back. The wrinkles are a result of smoking, drinking, a poor diet, lack of exercise, and a perpetual frown. The bad back flares up every time he's reminded of his ex-wife, Sylvia. Despite being a good PI, a born romantic, and generally nice guy, Tex has talent for getting into trouble and offending the wrong people. The inspiration for Tex is a cross between Sam Spade, the Maltese Falcon, Rick Blaine, and this is I thought this would be more in tune with the world and not necessarily like the inspiration, the character that plays the guy. So he's inspired by Sam Spade, Maltese Falcon, Rick Blaine from Casablanca, and Inspector Clouseau, the Pink Panther. Since the story takes place in the year 2042, Tex come across as a man out of time, someone who can handle a futuristic doodad, but dresses, talks, and behaves like a hard-boiled PI from the late 30s. Give him a Lucky Strike, a glass of bourbon, and a leggy dame, and Tex is in his element. What is the setting of Under a Killing Moon? There are two types of people in the futuristic setting of Under a Killing Moon: mutants and norms. The norms are natural immunity to radiation, while mutants have physical deformities ranging from hideous to comical. Race, creed, and gender are no longer the great social dividers, having been replaced by genetic quality. The majority of norms live in San Francisco, but Tex doesn't. Despite being a norm, something in Tex's character makes him feel more comfortable around those who've been disfigured and rejected. When the story begins, you're in your seedy third floor office in the heart of a rundown mutant section of the old San Francisco. You live and work here because the rent's cheap. At least that's what you tell the few clients you get. In the street below, mutants and norms go about their business, much of it illegal. After a quick look around the office, walk down the street and start looking for a case. It won't take long. Where do I live? And who do I know? As Tex Murphy, you make your home in the Ritz Hotel, a dilapidated boarding house on Chandler Avenue in old San Francisco, despite the low rent atmosphere, the neighborhood and thriving with several business shops. And then it goes on explaining like a couple of the characters. But you know what? I'm sure the game will explain these fucking characters when we get there. There is narration and everything. So let's get on with it. I don't know if I do new game, I'll get an intro. So let's do intro.
So, they found it again, have they? I thought we'd taken care of it.
The forces of evil are persistent, sir.
I'm getting too old for this. Who have we got lined up to deal with this problem?
Murphy, sir.
Oh, no, not Murphy.
Afraid so, sir.
What about Spade or Marlowe?
dead, sir.
Isn't there anyone else?
Sorry, sir, he's next on the list.
Well, I suppose we'll have to make do. Knowing Murphy, he's going to need help. A lot of help.
I'll check the archives and get back to you, sir.
News of the day. As the Second World War enters its final days, Allied forces are on the march. The troops of the Western Alliance are occupied with the dangerous duty of ferreting out the remaining pockets of Nazi resistance. The storming of Berlin has crushed the heart of German opposition and sent remnants of the Fuhrer's troops scurrying into the dark reaches of the Black Forest. The Germans have vowed to fight to the last man in their quest for world domination. But their days are numbered, with Adolf Hitler dead and the once dreaded SS disbanded. The Allies have exposed the workings of the Nazi war machine and found it festering with ancient blood cults, whose rituals and ceremonies are too astonishing and barbaric to detail. Allied forces will not rest until the last cult member has been revealed and captured.
No pestilence has ever been so fatal or so hideous. Blood was its avatar and its seal, the redness and horror of blood.
Epic start of this game again under Killing Moon. Brian Keith. And that was the voice of James Earl Jones. And the voice. We couldn't afford more than the voice of James Earl Jones. That's off our budget.
In the moonlight, New San Francisco sparkles like a chunk of cubic zirconium, an island of hollow beauty surrounded by a red sea of radiation. 5 million souls drowning in gamma rays. Some lucky people have a natural immunity to genetic mutation caused by the radiation. I'm one of them. Most of them live in the new city, but I don't. I live among the unlucky souls, the mutants and the destitute, and the wreckage of old San Francisco. My name's Tex Murphy. I'm a private detective. Or at least I used to be. Since my marriage hit the rocks, I haven't done much of anything. I went out tonight for the first time in a week, but all I ended up doing was spending the last of my money on a bottle of cheap bourbon. Now it's past midnight, and I'm staring out of the window of my office on the second floor of the Ritz Hotel. Just like me, the Ritz used to be something. Now it's just another grimy building in a rundown part of town. And I'm almost out of bourbon.
My God, Murphy, you look like hell. Really hit bottom, didn't you?
Oh, I usually don't look this bad. I forgot to take my Geritol this morning. So, you want a drink? I saved my first one to have with you.
No, thanks. I've been dry for 8 years now. Yeah, one morning I just looked in the mirror and decided I needed to make a few lifestyle changes. Quit smoking, quit drinking. Now I'm getting out of the business. Yep, I'm gonna move to the tropics and retire in a nice secluded island with a tribe of beautiful young women.
You're getting out of the business. I guess that means the end of the world must be around the corner because you are the detective. I can't imagine you doing anything else, especially not running around an island with a bunch of nubile women in a loincloth.
Oh, I can imagine it. I've been thinking about it for years now. Yeah. You know how it is. Lonely. Underappreciated. Dangerous. I haven't had a decent night's sleep in 38 years. I tell you, I'm working on a case right now, and that's going to be my last one. Oh. Enough about me. How about you, Tex? How's life treating you? Bad as it looks?
Well, it depends. What day is it anyway today? Saturday? Well, Saturdays aren't too bad. It's normally Thursday by the time I get really suicidal. So what is it you wanted? Just come by to sprinkle a little salt into the open wounds of my pathetic life?
No, Tex, you got me all wrong. Nah, just because you turned me in and got me suspended and humiliated me in front of my peers. You sold me out. But that's all in the past. See, I quit hating you for that weeks ago. Like I said, I'll be leaving soon, and I didn't want to go with any loose ends dangling there to bother me in my golden years.
Hey, don't worry about me. When you tossed me out of the agency, it was the best thing that ever happened. Digging through dumpsters and sleeping in abandoned speeders. You helped me learn a great lesson. Because no matter how bad things are, they can always get worse.
So what happened to you? I heard you were doing pretty well there for a while. Did a hell of a job on that Martian memorandum case. What's your problem? You one of those people who can't live with success? Huh?
Well, I can live with it. I'm just afraid of commitment. Now you tell me something. Why wouldn't you talk to me 15 years ago? I was a stupid kid back then. Could have tried to understand why I told the ethics board what I did. I mean, I understand now that I was out of line and I made a mistake, but why'd you cut me off like that?
Because apparently you never learned the first rule of a PI. And never, ever betray your friends. Now, friendship goes beyond blood and race and politics. You gotta find out who your friends are, then you hold on to them. They're a precious commodity to people like me and you. Now listen, before I go, I came here with a warning. I heard your name mentioned in connection with a case that I'm working on, and you stay out of it. If you don't, somebody's gonna find you floating in the bay with a hole in your head, and I don't need any more strain on my conscience.
You know, frankly, I'm pretty insulted. Because I'm a pretty damn good detective, and I can take care of myself, thank you.
Just remember what I said, Tex. Got no idea what kind of people we're dealing with here. Just keep out of my way. I'll send you a postcard.
Okay. New game. No. New.
So, they found it again.
Skip this. Skip this. Third title drop. We're playing Under a Killing Moon.
So last night, after 15 years, the colonel walks into my office. It made me take a good hard look at myself. Maybe I have hit bottom, and maybe I do look like hell. Lord knows the only exercise I've had lately is tipping the bottle and flipping cards into my hat. I gotta find some work. Contrary to what the colonel might think, I'm as good a detective as he ever was. Now I just gotta prove it. I'm gonna scare up a job today, even if it means finding somebody's lost puppy.
Yay. Yay! 2 in a row. 3 in a row, I think. Okay, so the way this game works is very weird, especially the movement. So this was like your typical thing, but I can press spacebar and start moving around with the mouse. And it doesn't... It's not the best. Let's look at
This
this.
pure mountain spring water is indispensable, literally. I'm out of paper cups. Well, that's not gonna work. Well, that's not
So
gonna...
what I can't... I guess if I can do these, they'll light up.
Things look pretty slow on the street today.
No, no ints. No, I just lost a point just for doing that. I wanted to go to the config. Yeah, tune down the volume of the music a lot. Doesn't need to be that loud. I type it in. No. Let's try 60. Okay, maybe a little more. Let's go 70. But now I want to reload because I don't want to lose that 1 point. I don't know why I clicked that. I can't really. I have to delete the game. You must select a game. I just did, no? Delete the player. Can't delete current player in progress. But then if I do new game, can I do this? Okay, 0. No hints. Like you shouldn't be able to click on that without... Oh, maybe I can go into the config system. There's a lot of things you can do here. Maybe I can disable... Yeah, I can disable the hints completely. I'll turn them on if I need them. I don't want to click on the button by accident. Okay, because yeah, the hint system in this game is nice. You can go there and
The Scotch guard that Rudy's
have access to a lot of hints. So we'll do that if we get to...
The Scotch guard that Rudy's This cabin is where my old successes go to die.
Okay, so I can open this and I right click just to switch between... Oh, and apparently double right click also to go from this to this. Or middle mouse button.
Nothing here but nostalgia.
Okay, let's move about a little bit. And you can go up and down with control shift.
Oh boy, mail.
Grand reopening sale. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. the electronics shop will open its newly remodeled store and offer a veritable bonanza of bargains. Dongles, fax machines, remote control toys, stereos, vidphones, doohickeys, stingers, whatchamacallits, and much, much more. One of each in stock. Be sure to check out the unbelievable prices on our new own line of dandy products. These products, of course, are not on sale. Remember to bring your electronic shop credit card. Cash not accepted. Credit card required to enter electronic shops. And plan to stay late. You won't believe the deals.
My phonograph's an old family heirloom. I love to play the classics. Kool and the Gang, Peaches and Herb.
No, I think the music is a little too loud. It's a little too loud. Let's put that 60 again. That was fine. On off the TV. That's not a TV.
Oh boy, mail.
This gift certificate entitles the holder to one free cosmetic job, nose boob, etc., courtesy of the Real You Surgical Clinic. Inventory. Credit card application.
A pre-approved electronic shop credit card application addressed to the previous occupant. Just needs to be signed, stamped, and mailed.
Use. Text. Oh.
Well, that's not gonna work.
Oh, I don't want to. Yeah.
That's the door to the street.
Everything is played just with the mouse. That's the thing. I don't like that they did that, but that's what they did. And you can look up and down with the, oh my god. That's very sensitive. Well, what's this? Nothing.
The office was actually a dance studio before I moved in, and Latin dancing is a Murphy family tradition. My gun. I love it so much! The old trusty sidearm. Been with me since the beginning. You want some of this, huh? Bam, bam! Hey, bam, bam, bam! Bam! Bam, bam! Bam! And you!
Oh!
Hey, Sonny, can you help me out? My girlfriend threw my gun out of the window. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just pick it up and, hey, don't point that thing up here. That's not a toy, you know. Oh, my hell. No matter how bad things got, I always had my gun. Now I've lost that, too. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those days.
Yeah, I think we're dropping the gun in this game. There is no more gun. It's all point and click, baby.
The dusty credenza I've got serves only one purpose, and that's to keep the dust off the floor. Great-great-grandpa Murphy made it through the Depression by teaching cha-cha lessons to rich older women. He made thousands before the authorities found out he had no formal training. Ah, the closet door. All I've ever needed was a soft felt fedora, a well-tailored overcoat, and a comfy pair of sneakers. Some people know what they like, and they stay with it. All I've ever needed was a soft felt fedora, The stupid light switch is stuck in the on position. Could be worse, I guess. I call this painting, The Big Spill. That's a perfect bed for a destitute PI. Small, lightweight, no sheets required. Well, since the building inspector has only one eye and no depth perception, the hotel manager painted fire extinguishers in all the apartments. It saved him a bundle. I call this another pile of garbage. There just aren't enough hours in the day. That hutch holds a life's worth of knickknacks, paddywhacks, and the world's largest piece of elbow macaroni. That hutch holds a life. That hutch. That hutch. That hutch. That hutch. That hutch holds. That hutch.
Yeah,
That hutch.
taking any chances here.
That hutch. That hutch.
Okay.
This piece of art is called Two Whales on a Bender.
I think I can look down also. With like the is it? Oh yeah, you can look around, like you can move your head like this. But oh, this works. Okay.
Hip hop English keeps me up on all the slang kids are using today. My phone would work perfectly if it hadn't been disconnected. Toxic Taste is a novel by Lou G. Trundle, the only mutant popular enough to make the New York Times bestseller list. Ah, Sylvia, my ex-wife. Whenever I think things can't get any worse, I think about her and how she totally screwed up my life. She's a woman who loves a man, any time. I'll never forget the day I came home early and caught her with the upholstery man.
Oh, there you are. I just got done with the chair. I'll be sending the bill to your husband.
Oh, Rudy. Let's not think about my husband right now. I was watching you upholster and you're so big and strong.
Do you really think so?
Well, yes. God, I've only known you for 10 minutes and I feel like I've known you forever. Oh, yes, look. And look at this muscle. Oh. The way you hold me, Tex never held me like this. Oh, kiss me, Rudy, and set my lips on fire.
Okay.
Oh, Tex, honey. I wasn't expecting you home so soon.
Well, duh. Obviously. Now I know why the Roto-Rooter man keeps calling and asking whether we need our plumbing checked. Well, I gotta admit, those chairs look pretty good.
Thanks. Listen, how about I don't charge you on the labor and we call it even?
Fair enough. But from here on out, Rudy, customer servicing doesn't include my wife.
See, honey? I saved you some money again. Aren't you happy?
I married her for better or worse. Unfortunately, it never got any better.
Hey, we're back here. God damn it. Zoop. What's look down? S D D. Super useful.
World War IV. A dark and reactionary vision of the coming century by Rush Limbaugh III. The fabulous Dior lamp. I bought it for 77 cents. The fabulous Dior lamp.
All these things.
This here is my favorite desk drawer.
Oh, it's your favorite. Yeah, it's the top right one, right? Does he say that
As
for all of
usual, it's a
them?
mess.
Is there actually nothing in there? Doesn't look like it.
Most of these desk drawers haven't been used for so long, I'm afraid to open them. As usual, it's a mess.
Oh.
Nothing in here but a stamp.
Let's take the stamp. We'll definitely need that.
One last $10 stamp waits patiently to be licked and mailed.
$10. $10. 2046. They say.
This here is my favorite
40
desk.
something. Sounds about right. $10.
Most of these desk drawers haven't been used for so. As usual, it's a mess.
I'm guessing there's nothing. I'm still gonna go there, see.
Most of these desk drawers haven't been used for.
No.
As usual. Most of these desk. As usual. Nothing in here but a pen. This is probably the only writing utensil that works in the whole office. The fact.
What? I'm not clicking on the lamp right now.
I love murder mysteries. To be a fictional detective. Everything would be so much simpler then. I love murder. I love my comfy chair. I just wish it wouldn't be so easy to tip over whenever I got drunk.
This is the GOG version. I know you can go in the config, but I didn't touch anything. By default, it was 640 by 480. That's what I'm doing right now. And I didn't touch anything else. I did change the MIDI music for my sound fonts. That's it. This looks more detailed? Or this part? Well, oh. Close this. What? There wasn't any objects on this? And what version you're playing? I'm playing the GOG version. What? No, I'll have to check your playthrough. Okay, you're saying that there wasn't any objects on this? And the bookcase has better texture? How can I reset my... There's a way to reset... Oh, there you go. Tab to reset the bookcase. The bookcase. Bookcase. That's so weird. Behind you, I keep turning around. I don't know. Oh, you mean this? This here. Whoop. Blah. Ah, the controls. Launching the game now. Start a new game. Maybe it's in a later chapter, stuff is removed?
I bought this table so I wouldn't have to sit on the floor.
That is so weird.
CrimeLink computer is the only valuable piece of equipment left in the office. By entering suspect information like height, weight, and hair color, I can access the suspect's personal files.
Hey, Bad Flow, Whoopster, and hello, Nix. This is my favorite Tex Murphy game. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I can't remember which one I liked because I like them all past. I like them all, but this over Pandora Tomorrow, is that it? Pandora Tomorrow, I think, and then Overseer, and even Tesla Effect. I think Tesla Effect is actually my favorite because it was slick. It was like very nice, like the high production value. Even though this probably cost more because back in the day it was very difficult. And you can like, if I compare this game to Phantasmagoria, I can't remember when Phantasmagoria came out, but like the sound of the chair, of the clothing, of even footsteps, and people moving around, and different sounds of the people talking was just better. Here it's all over the place because everybody probably recorded their lines by each other, and the mixing is meh, and like everything is kind of meh, but it still works. And because it was lower, you had less detail? That is so weird. That is so weird. So the whole game you played at a lower resolution. You have to play the game again now. You know what that means.
I bought this table.
Oh. Like this screen here is very high resolution, like this here. It didn't look like this, right, Nix? Yeah, not at 400 by 300. It would never be as defined as this. Like, this is high resolution right here, motherfuckers. So we can, oh, that's cool. We can find out, like, I don't even remember this part. But probably identifying some black female 5558 is a mutant. Oh my god. Shoe size. Tattoos, scars. I don't even remember this, and I played this game twice?
CrimeLink computer is the only valuable piece of equipment left in the office. By entering suspect information like height, weight, and hair color, I can access the suspect's personal files.
Okay.
I spent weeks earning this baby. Best $20 I ever spent. The UI of U was the only place that would accept me. Half the course credit was earned by locating the university. This one really isn't art, it's a placemat from Taco Bob's.
I think this one is better because I do think that as we go along in the series, it becomes more serious. It's still tongue-in-cheek and sarcastic funny. Hey, Drone on one, how's it going? But there's a lot of the stupid stuff that is removed. Like, Tex Murphy does a lot of stupid shit. And I think as the series goes along, he does less of it. A fax machine.
Oh, great. Another incoming message that won't print out. If I don't get a new fax machine, I'll be out of business. Oh.
There's nothing in there.
This cabinet is where my old successes go to die.
Oh.
Nothing.
Fax machines are cyberpunk. They are now. Oh, but this game is like all over the place because it's a 90s game, so fax machines and stuff like that. And the character also like lives kind of in the past. And I mean, they know that a fax machine is out of date by 2040 something. Even though by this game they know this, it's a joke. By the first game using fax, that was cool and hip in 1989. That was futuristic. But now we're going with phones and stuff like that. But still, like the guy lives in the. It mentions the 30s and the like. I was set in the 50s in my head, but apparently it's like the 30s. It's really weird because I just played Indiana Jones, and we just jump in there, and the intro mentioned Nazis and the Third Reich and Hitler and trying to pick up the artifacts of like power, and I'm like, what the fuck? I just came from Indiana Jones and it just slips right into Tex Murphy of all things. Okay, it slides right in from Indiana Jones, Tex Murphy, segue. But yeah, like his aesthetic is like 30s. The game is from the 90s, but it's depicting 2040 something, which is almost closer to us now. So I clicked on a lot of things, but we didn't get much from this. We got a pen, so I think we can maybe get a credit card. Combine pen with the credit card application. Let's go. Filled out. I don't know what to do with it. Well, we have a stamp. We don't have an envelope. There's an envelope behind this. Let's see. Combine this with this. No. Combine the. No. God damn it. Okay. Combine. How does this work? combine with this. Oh, we're doing it. Right on the thing. I guess? Is that how it works?
We need to run this thing down to the auto post box on the street.
Oh, yeah, that's it. There was a stamp place here, I guess. I always want to move with the arrows, because this is similar in controls than Betrayal at Crondor, in the sense that you have like a two sorts of views, one that you can actually move and do stuff, and the other one that you can't do other stuff. I really dislike the controls though. Like,
Things look
dislike them
Things look pretty.
so fucking much. I don't understand why you couldn't go with just up down is forward backward, left right is turn left right. I don't know why we needed analog controls for this, even for moving like this. I guess the guy might have been playing a lot of Doom with the mouse controls like this, because that's doable. I've seen people play like that back in the day, not now. Let's open up
That's the door to the street.
Yeah, just click on travel. Let's save the game. I haven't saved the game. Increment file and save. Oh. Add comment. Start. It's a weird game. Like, but that was a lot of games back then. They were kind of, they weren't stuck with convention. Especially like with the controls here, you see like it. No. Every time they were reinventing the wheel, every single time. Fuck it, we go into the auxiliary panel, we go into save game. This game has players which each have their own save games, because why not? Like the whole family will want to play Under a Killing Moon. I guess that's what they thought back then, even though like, anyways, I guess that's the best way to do it. Why the fuck not? So I applaud that. And what if I click on that, I have even more information. Again, why not? All the games should be like that. Like, look at all this information here. It's not like there's too much. That's about it. It's even moving as we speak. I saw the time change. But I could change the file name. I can't move the file though. I can't create other folders. In Betrayal at Crondor, you can literally create save folders inside the save game system. Like here, there's a create folder, and you can't have more than 10 save files per folder, which is why I have like a lot of folders in there. Anyways, let's get the fuck out of here. I guess we'll move in.
The air outside feels thick, like I'm breathing through a pair of dirty gym socks. It's a high radiation day. Most everyone will be staying inside, but I need to hunt for some work. I always like to start the day with the traditional PI breakfast. That hits the spot.
Yeah, there won't be any humor like PI breakfast is my cigarette in Overseer, you know. At least I don't think so. I hope. Okay, I need to look down. Again, the controls are ass. If I do this... No, I can just do this. Yeah, there you go. Whoa. We're slipping around everywhere. God damn it! Okay, let's stop right here. What's this?
All hell has broken loose since the government stopped requiring products to display those give a hoot, don't pollute symbols. Ah, the once majestic Chandler Avenue. There's enough radiation in this asphalt to fry an egg on Christmas morning. I don't know what these garbage cans are used for, but they're the cleanest things on the street. My trusty 31 Lightning Bolt speeder. I still regret not getting the sunroof option.
Open? No, we're not gonna go in there right now.
On the top floor of this place is where I hang my hat. It's not much, but it's better than... well, it's not much. On the top floor of this place is where I... This is the brand new electronic shop outlet. No pun intended. I won't be able to get inside the electronic shop until I get a membership card.
Let's look inside the garbage. Because that's the kind of game that there might be something inside the garbage. We cannot look inside the garbage because the garbage is a sprite. Of course it is. I can't even go in there, I think.
This is the brand new... I won't be able...
Apparently I can slide by doing this. Okay, yeah, whatever.
These posters somehow survived the big war. They're bitter reminders of the past glory of this great city. Louis Lamintz runs the Brew and Stew, which is a local hangout. These posters somehow Louis Lamintz... I like to stand by these, waiting for a glimpse of Rita. Louis Lamintz runs the Brew and Stew.
Can I go in there? Folie. Folie Burger. La Loi Fuller.
Well, this is a section of the Bay City Mirror. It's a weekly newsletter that covers local goings-on written by mutants for mutants. I'd subscribe if they had a comics page.
To read the newspaper, move the cursor to articles. Oh. Burglaries baffle police. The total inner-city pawn-shop burglaries committed over the past 3 weeks now stand at 9. Zippy Cash located at corner of Jackson and Maple Street was broken into 3 nights ago. Pawnshop owner Urban Robbie did not report the crime until this morning, thinking it was simply a practical joke played by his friends. Tragically, this was not the case. Of the 9 burglarized pawnshops, Zippy Cash was only the second not owned by a mutant. There has been some speculation that police are not actively investigating the crime since most of the victims are mutants. Rayo Lender, who is up for re-election later this year and will need the mutant vote to retain his position, has publicly called the police onto the carpet. Police Lieutenant Mac Malden, who is heading the investigation, denies that the police are dragging their feet. What we're dealing with here is some kind of master criminal. He just hasn't left us much of anything to work with. Lieutenant Malden is sure that the burglaries have all been committed by the same person. The MO's methods of operation have been almost identical. A girl goes to a pawn shop, locks a piece of jewelry from a large amount of cash, then the shop is broken into the same night. Lieutenant Malden would not specify, but said that his team of detectives had some evidence and hoped to have some solid leads within the next few days. Body found in the bay. The body of Danielle Murray, 29, was discovered floating in the San Francisco Bay early yesterday morning. Spotted by passengers on the whale sighting scuttle, the body was recovered by police, then was sent to the city coroner's office for an autopsy. The cause of death has been listed as suicide, though bystanders report that the corpse was remarkably disfigured and contorted. Walt Grimm, a personal injury lawyer, followed the ambulance to the coroner's and reported that a quarantine was initiated not long afterwards. The reason for the quarantine has not been made public. Poet's Corner. This week's poem was sent in by 15-year-old Bupo Wong. Haiku to a taco. Soft shell taco mine. What meat art thou concealing? Who cares? It's tasty. Need cash? At Organ Trail Clinic, we pay up to $50 cash for any and all vital organs. We also pay market rate for arms, legs, and eyeballs. Are you a lefty who's short on rent? Bring in that right arm. Must be removed on site to meet AMA requirements. Our friendly, qualified staff will be happy to sever that limb, and you'll walk out moments later with a few extra dollars in your pocket. Hurry in. Maybe. And you'll walk out moment later with a few extra dollars in your pocket. Hurry in, and don't forget to ask about our frequent donor program. Yo base, senator committed to asylum. Reese's press conference, hysteric surprised many. Senator Martin Reese, R. New Mexico, who had called a press conference, assumedly to announce his intention to leave politics to join the PGA, erupted into hysterics today. Witnesses reported the senator to have shouted, "Texas is just too fucking big. Run for your lives before it eats us all." Senator Reese, considered one of the most mentally sound figures on Capitol Hill, had to be restrained and was led away in a makeshift straitjacket. When questioned about Senator Reese's ranting, Representative Lolana Elwick, D. Texas. Oh, I guess that's Republican, New Mexico. Professed complete ignorance. Everyone knows Texas is big, but really? Most people who witnessed the display admitted to being surprised at the senator's behavior, though not everyone. House Speaker Bob Broggie commented, "Senator Reese's outburst is hardly shocking to those of us who work with him. We knew all along he was a whacked-out, thumb-sucking piece of shit." Senator Reese will be examined tomorrow by psychiatrists who are confident that a complete recovery can be made despite the senator's many years in Congress. Old Jim's Bait Shop. Livery crawlers in an old coffee can of your choice. Okay. Editorial: Why the crusade must be stopped. In the years since World War III, we have seen a growing form of discrimination which has come into full malevolent bloom. Thankfully, we are not talking about racial or sexual bias, but of which are no longer the blight on society that they once were. The society disease that afflicts us now is genetic discrimination. There are in this world evil forces that exist with the specific purpose of separating the genetically unchallenged from the rest of the population. This eugenics movement, the classifying of humans by genetic quality, has been around since the late 1800s, but in those days humans were already classified by skin color and gender. Several significant movements in history have attempted to exterminate an entire race, and I believe that we are witnessing yet another. The crusade for genetic purity is spearheading this dark movement. Reverend Shepherd, in the guise of a placid, benevolent teacher, is in reality a hate monger. His words, softly spoken, plant the seeds of hate between those with genetic flaws and those without. And now the crusade has trumpeted the arrival of the Moonchild, the so-called refugee of the pure, supposedly a religious retreat where the faithful crusaders go to take part in spiritual ceremonies. It is, in reality, a symbol of divisiveness, a jewel in the heavens where only few may go, the rest excluded by a condition they did not ask for and cannot change. When will each and every inhabitant on this earth open his or her eyes? I hope for the day when will we all be able to look upon each other as human beings and not as man or woman, black or white, mutant or norm. To paraphrase Shakespeare, I am a mutant. Hath not a mutant hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affection, passions, fed with the same food, earth with the same weapons? If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you point at us, do we not die? Okay. Grateful Dead Tour. The Grateful Dead, in its third incarnation, have announced plans for a resurrection tour to begin next week in Sacramento, California, and end up in Lazarus, Pennsylvania? The tour is scheduled to run for 3 years, during which the band will play 1,093 shows. According to player Geraldo Rodriguez, says the band is excited to get back on the road after a layoff of a week and a half. We're due for a rest after our last world tour, but by Thursday we were all getting a little antsy. Future plans include a new album, a movie filmed on tour, and a possibly benefit concert put in conjunction with the Rolling Stones. I can't click on this? Oh. Art and Soul. Art is not just dead in the Bay Area, it's a rotting corpse that is stinking up the place. The latest excuse for an art exhibit was unveiled at the Ink and Oil Emporium, or the Stink and Spoils Emporium as I'm wont to call it. This pathetic showing by an alleged artist who calls himself Logo was the most hideous spectacle of the season. At least this Logo character has an inkling of intelligence. If I dared to pass off such putrid trash as art, I wouldn't use my real name either. The most striking thing about the presentation was in the artist's hairdo, which closely resembled a dust mop used to soak up an oil spill, then dried to a crisp under a sun lamp. On the lighter side, Kay Winthrop's black tie art appreciation fundraiser was not nearly as unbearable as I'd feared it would be. The featured artwork, as always, was despicable, but for once the hors d'oeuvre didn't make me vomit. The champagne was not vintage, but not the cat pee of previous year. All in all, not a complete waste of an evening. Until next week, remember, life without art is just life. Police officers acquitted of assault in civil suit. Angry protests were staged today outside the 5th Precinct Courthouse when two Norm police officers, Joey Harris, Dean Adler, both incidentally members of the Crusade for Genetic Purity, were found not guilty of assault and battery on a private citizen. Emo Dooley, an unemployed homeless mutant, had brought a civil suit against the officers, saying they had randomly picked him out of a group of stragglers and beat him senseless. This is the 4th civil suit brought against Norm members of the FPD this year alone. Each trial has ended in an acquittal. Undoubtedly, this has given police an added sense of immunity, leading to more mutant accusations of civil rights violations. The two mutant 10 Norm jury deliberated for only 3 minutes, 18 seconds before presenting the not guilty verdict. Drew Laney Fox, okay, that's her name, explained the reason for the quick decision made by the jury. The prosecution never convinced us that Mr. Dooley has not always looked the way he does. The ACLU announced that it is planning to appeal. That was a lot of news.
Louis Laments runs the brew.
Okay. I guess I can't go in that direction or I'm gonna die. Let's say before I die. I can't remember if... So, increment, file, and save, I guess? Die. Whoa. I just pressed up. You cannot press up. No, please stay clear.
Louis Laments runs the brew. Louis Laments runs the...
Oh, I need to get in there. Let's get in there. Ugh.
The Brew and Stew is run by Louis Laments, a bloated mutant with a heart bigger than his waistline. Everyone comes to Louis' cafe. So does all the street talk. If something's going on, Louis knows about it.
What can I do for you, Mike?
Suds and Uggs, ear bending, Mr. Brock.
About a pitcher of beer and the love of a good woman, Louis.
I can't help you with the woman, Mike. Yeah, no problem with the beer, though. Put it on your tab?
Cynical observation. Norm Peterson.
Sure. I'll take a beer over women anyway. It's easier to stomach.
Spoken like a true philosopher, Mike. A cold beer is truly one of life's simpler pleasures.
Yes, yes. None other. Well, that was the first game. The second game didn't have any car rides between the... Ask about... So we can ask about all these things or we can end conversation. These are all the people around here.
Rook's an ornery old cuss, but me and him are old buddies. We fought in the big war together. He's one person you can trust in these troubled times. Chelsea acts tough, but she has to be with all the scum around. And she's as smart as she is pretty. She knows a lot of what goes on in the shadows of this city. Yeah, things are a little slow, but I'm getting by. Having to lay off some of my kitchen help hurt my pride more than anything.
Like, it's essentially the same game. Like, in terms of what you do in the game. Conversation, talk to people with conversation about people, mostly. And, like, in a room, explore the room, move stuff around, and your classic point and click stuff. Francisco.
Granny's a fireball. She and Sal opened the pizza place 7 to 8 years ago, and they've been fighting ever since. Sal's a big guy with an appetite for food, wine, and women. He comes by here most every day for lunch. Bardo comes in now and again. Usually orders a couple of steaks and a chocolate milk. His temper's as short as he is tall. And he's only got one oar in the water. A bad combination. Sorry, Mife. Can't help you there. Ever since the crusade started up, the relations between norms and mutants has gone to pot. I've had rocks thrown through my windows, graffiti sprayed on the bricks outside. There's not much I can do, though. He's one of the few norms besides you who's eaten here. Seems like a typical cop. A little dim, and not too concerned about what happens in the mutant sections of town.
Okay. And conversation, unless we can talk about stuff here. I don't know if we can use items on characters. There must be a quick button for the saving.
These posters somehow survived the big... Francesca Lucido makes the spiciest pizza in the city. The only thing spicier than her cooking is her imagination. And right now she seems to have a thing for me. These posters
That's not a door.
Francesca Lucido makes the spiciest...
Well, it's that a handsome P.I. Tex Murphy. Have you come to take me away?
How'd you guess? You must have seen my white horse hitched to the railing out front.
Oh my, Mr. Murphy, you certainly know how to excite a girl.
Shatter the fantasy of a lonely woman. Let's go. Or sex appeal humor. Let's go sex appeal humor.
Well, that's what I've been told. I almost got my own 900 number before getting into the PI biz.
Well, I certainly would have subscribed. What can I do for you, Mr. Sexy Voice?
Ask him out.
Rook is a tough old geezer. I've known him ever since we opened the Slice of Heaven back in 32, but I can't say I know him very well. Chelsea is a nice girl. Sal tries to flirt with her, but she doesn't give him the time of day. I like Louis. He runs a nice place, and I go over there and chat with him when the business is slow. Well, I was hoping you'd get around to asking about me. I'm just a lonely, hot-blooded woman who needs the love of a good, strong man. Me and Sal got married too young, and it's been up and down ever since. I've had enough of his drinking and the womanizing, and I'd divorce him in a second, but he's got a couple of buddies who are top lawyers. If I had some hard evidence of his screwing around, I could divorce him and get a decent settlement.
What was that?
Well, I was hoping you... Ardo is an overgrown kid. He comes in here for the all-you-can-eat buffet, and I've got to kick him out every time. If I didn't, he'd eat everything we got. Can't help you, Tex. That's that religion for norms only. It makes me sick. So...
Okay. It's a little slow at the beginning because they don't give you... We need to find a guy that needs help, actually. Let's see what this is.
These signs around here haven't been replaced in at least 50 years. These signs around... Surprisingly, the auto post box has no graffiti on it. Maybe people around here are finally starting to respect our government and its fine agencies.
Do I just use my ready to mail in there? Use. Oop.
The Postal Service has gotten much faster since the stamp price went to $10.
Okay. So what's this? Yeah, it talks about the one free cosmetic job.
Surprisingly, the auto...
So I guess we'll get that tomorrow? Whoa. Hey, you're Xena. Thank you.
That old wooden fence blocks off the alley that runs beside Rook's pawn shop.
Jackening dude, hello. How's it going, guys?
That old wooden fence blocks off the...
We can probably open this with something.
Rook Garner runs this pawn shop. Rook Garner runs... Rook Garner runs this pawn shop. He's a crusty old World War III vet with a face like a raisin and a tongue like a butcher's cleaver.
What do you want, Murphy?
Is this a bad time for a visit?
That depends on whether you're here to help me or to irritate me.
Why don't you tell me what's got you upset?
Last night someone broke into my pawn shop. I don't usually have anything of great value, but yesterday I gave out a fair amount of cash for an extremely valuable diamond bracelet.
My deductive powers tell me the bracelet's no longer on the premises.
Brilliant work, Murphy.
That'll be $100.
When you're a seasoned PI, you pick up on these things. Now go on.
The bracelet was pawned by a young girl named Emma Nimpton. She said she hated to hawk a family heirloom, but had no choice. She said she would reclaim the bracelet in a month. Well, since the bracelet was worth 10 times the $8,000 I loaned her, it was a good deal for me.
Did you get any other information from this Emma Nimpton?
She left a phone number. I called her this morning, but the line is disconnected.
Have you contacted the police?
No, the police are a waste of time, and I can't afford to hire a decent PI.
Can you hire? Offended but looking for work.
I guess this means you don't consider me good enough to help track down the bracelet?
I'd appreciate your help. I'm not a rich man, but if you find the bracelet, I'll owe you a few favors, which could come in handy. Come back here and I'll show you where they broke in.
Rook takes me out back and shows me where the burglar broke in. The back window is busted out and the latch is ripped. It's a sloppy job. As I start my investigation, I'm looking for information to enter into my CrimeLink computer back at the office. One thing's for sure, Emma Nimpton won't be one of the suspects' names. Every PI worth his salt knows that's not my name spelled backwards.
It's actually not my name spelled backward. God damn. Yeah, I'm gonna try to take some notes here. Because what he's saying is that we'll know the shoe size or something like that, the hair color, blah blah blah, and then we enter that in the computer and that will help us know.
Well, that's the sturdy, worm-eaten. I wonder what all these garbage cans are doing around here. Maybe Rook is running a low-rent hostel.
Let's look down a little bit. It's better. The best, I think, the best view is to go as high as you can, like that. At least to start, then maybe you can go under some of the things. But start high like that and look down. Not like completely down, maybe with an angle like that. That gives you a pretty nice view of your surroundings.
These disgusting piles of trash remind me of Aunt Betty's annual yard sales. An empty bottle of evanescent spring water. For those with a higher class of thirst.
It's funny. A lot of those jokes are still relevant. Like, it's really funny that because they made a game, a guy from the 1930s kind of goes to the 2040s and like it's, I don't know, it doesn't feel as dated as other games.
These are empty jumbo-sized cans of Camel's chunky chocolate soup. Good.
And a lot of the reflection that these games, even Main Streets, had on the future were pretty spot on.
Empty bottles of chocolate syrup lying all around this alley.
I mean, we haven't been hit by nuclear holocaust or something. There's no mutant going
Shard
around.
of glass must have come.
Oh, can get this. A glass shard.
Looks like whoever broke into Rook's window left one of his hairs behind.
Carrot Top.
Apparently our burglar is a Carrot Top.
There you go. Okay. And it could be as... Oh, we can't go in there though. Stop with this. Nothing.
The texture of the pavement surface.
What is...
The texture of the pavement surface is a cross between a spilled Coke and sandstone. Every time I see yellow-gray water oozing out of a gutter, I just can't help but thirst for a cup of coffee from the brew and stew. The texture of the... I wonder what all these garbage cans are doing around here. The empty bottles of chocolate syrup lying all around this alley all look like they've been licked clean. The empty bottles of... These are empty. An empty bottle of that. Whoever uses the empty bottle. These disgusting piles. Whatever's on the other end of this power box must be out of commission. The gauge is as dead as my love life. Whoever uses these garbage. Another billboard advertising cosmetic surgery. It's big business these days. Mutants with money will pay anything to look like norms. This is where graffiti novices come to practice. After honing their skills, they move on to places where people actually care if you spray paint their walls. Another billboard ad. Another bill. Reminds me of playing hoops when I was younger, in the days before. This is where graffiti novices. It's one of those basketballs they used to give away at Weenie World. 10 seconds left. Down by 1. Murphy has the ball. He fakes. He drives. It's a 360. He's fouled.
It was just for this little cutscene.
This chain link fence doesn't seem to do much except separate Rook's ugly half of the alley from Franny's ugly half of the alley. Well, that steep staircase looked really hard to climb. I need
to get on the other side.
This chain link fence doesn't seem to do. Looks like a shoe print is outlined in that sticky pool of something resembling chocolate. Footprints about a size 14. The baby rum wrapper looks like it was left recently. Yep, still warm.
Ah.
An empty. I don't usually enjoy piles of garbage, but they do add a lot of character to this. An empty. I wonder what these discuss. An empty. Wow, a recyclable paper can. Finally, a glimmer of ecological responsibility. I didn't know Rook cared. Wow, a recycle. Wow, a. Wow, a.
There's nothing in it.
Wow. 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 Wow.
It must be for later? Okay, we're gonna go up there, but what is this?
Whoa! This antique boombox worked. I bet it'd only play the Bee Gees. I wonder what all these. This rickety wooden fence keep. The empty bottles of chocolate. I don't use. Oh man! This dumpster smells like 20-year-old mayonnaise, and I ought to know. Well, I'll be darned. Except for the filth and stench, the interior isn't much different than the average studio apartment. In fact, it's nicely furnished. Someone's been living here, and I wonder if he saw anything.
Okay, so we need to find out who lives in here.
Hey!
The door is
Hey,
painted on.
This door's just painted on.
And open it.
Hey!
What are you doing? Open it. Oh, there isn't. You can't open it. It's just painted on.
Hey!
But what? Okay, let's go back to the guy and tell him all that. We just got 2 information though. Carrot Top and Foot 14. It's not a lot. I really thought it would be something in there. That's so weird.
It feels like somebody's watching.
That's nothing. Oh my god.
So, Murphy, have you come up with anything yet?
Wait.
Yeah, but I'll need another 5 or 10 minutes to solve your case, Rook.
You know, Murphy, I'm amazed that a gumshoe with a sarcastic mouth like yours can stay alive. One of these days, someone with no sense of humor is going to cut you in half.
Lots I've tried. Casually business-like.
I don't know, Rook. I still got 2 or 3 lives left. By the way, I need to ask you some questions.
Exit the street alley, ask about the burglary?
It makes me mad as hell that someone will break into the shop. I have a hard enough time making ends meet. That depends on whether you're here to help me or to irritate me. She's a honey, ain't she? Makes me wish I was 30 years younger. She knows the black market and has helped me make some connections. Louis and I go way back. We ran guns to Ethiopia before World War III, then fought in the same regiment during the war. After the war, Louis opened the Brew and Stew and told me about this shop, which I bought for a song, and then I started my own pawn business. Franny's a hot-blooded gal. She and her husband Sal wake up the neighborhood sometimes with their rows. Sal's a brute. Funny as hell, but he can get pretty bad after a couple of drinks. He and his wife Franny have a real love-hate thing. Makes me glad I never tied the knot. Sal leaves running the pizza joint up to Franny.
I'm not able to get into the pizza joint.
Strikes me as a village idiot. He came by one time to see if I had any Inspector Burns action figures. I told him I'd never heard of these Burns characters and thought the kid was gonna tear my damn head off.
I don't know anything about that.
Don't get me started. That movement is nothing but a hate machine. The Civil War's on the horizon because we mutants can't sit around and take the discrimination anymore. Those crusading fools have started something too big to control.
I don't know anything about that.
It makes me mad as hell. It was a beauty. Encrusted with diamonds and rubies and inlaid with gold.
Exit the street. Okay, I'll take a break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
You would probably take out a second on the house for a product this powerful, but wait, there's more! The absolutely unbeatable Laffer Utilities even tackles the toughest office dilemma, where to go for lunch. Now, how much would you pay for the indescribable Laffer Utilities? $2 million? $3 million? Your government did, but when you order now, we'll give you the Laffer Utilities for the unbearably low suggested retail price of just $34.95. Here's how to order yours.
with PlayStation. You will believe an ass this fat can fit into a package this small.
I'm not fat. I'm getting in shape.
You better be. Because South Park is under attack.
Super, thanks for asking. Okay, you're going to jail.
Oh, I get to box. Hey, stupid, I'm over here.
Comedy Central South Park, now on PlayStation. From Acclaim.
We're back. Hey Rez, I'm here for the New Year celebration, but it's not now. It's gonna be Tuesday. And it's gonna be the whole day. But probably like the main event, like I want to start at the... I want to start at like the time that most people watch me, which is 8, but I will start earlier. It'll be the pre-show. It'll be the pre-show of the free show.
Rook Garner runs this.
See, yeah, I don't know how to get inside. No, we went in there. We went in there. Well, I'll probably start at noon or something. But what I'll do between noon and 8 is I'm gonna definitely play the demo of ReFantasio, like the new RPG that looks pretty nice, and it's made by the people that play Persona. I was always interested by Persona. People said you should play Persona, but I was always I need to play Persona 1 to 5. But now I can just start at this thing here. It's not like a number 7 or something, you know. And it's a demo. Yay, a demo. So I'll play the demo of that, or finish Indiana Jones. But at the same time, every hour I want to celebrate the hour of where it's the new year. So Australian New Year, blah blah blah. I probably won't start soon enough for Australia because it would start at 5 a.m. here. Fuck that. We're not gonna start at 5 a.m. We may end at 5 a.m. But I'm gonna start at noon and maybe say like Happy New Year to all these people, and now we're here. So you'll know we'll go through the entire fucking globe. It'll be fun. 3 a.m. for you, but 5 for me. It's like fucking crazy. And also in the background, like at each hour or once in a while, I will fill a tier list of all the games I've streamed and I don't even know myself. And that's also the reason I want to do it, is I want to see all the games. I want to contemplate them. I want to also put them in a list and analyze all of that. And that'll take a shit ton of time probably. But I also want to talk about all the games that came out this year. I also want to talk about the movies that came out. That will probably be at 8. So at 8, I will continue the tier list because that will be an ongoing project. Adding games as I go back, and maybe I'll add even more games. Let's see if we can break the tier list. But it'll be easier because I use a cover of all the games I stream, so it's very easy to send them, and I kept all of them, so I can just send them all to the tier list, and boom, I have like 20 titles all of a sudden. I can just do that. But yeah, I want to talk about the games that are coming up also, so like probably past midnight or like past 8 for sure. Like we'll do the past and then we'll do the future. We'll do the now and then we'll do the future. As we go along, probably less game and more renting, talking about all the games that will come out. Maybe look at trailers of games that are coming out. I want to make it fun. Like if you have ideas or whatever, we can also like maybe watch something and comment on it at the same time. But the thing is that there's always copyright issues. So watching a movie or even listening to music, I don't like to do that. I'm always afraid that the VOD will be muted, and if the mod is muted, there's not much I can do. I would have to also record the stream just to be sure. Whoop. But yeah, that's about it. I will talk more about it, but yeah, thank you for bringing it up. There's a lot of people in chat right now, so it's a good time to talk about it. But yeah, Tuesday, not Wednesday, like the 31st, not the 1st, the 31st of December, from noon-ish until maybe 5 in the morning. Maybe not 5 in the morning, I don't know, until we're all fucking over.
Chelsea runs a first-rate... Chelsea's a hot little number. I hear she's a mutant, but it doesn't show. The only weird thing about her is she won't go out with me.
There's also some things I want to change maybe for the channel, evolve, and I want to talk to you about it. So the more you guys are, the more we have like a council of people here that are interested in what's going on here. I know maybe there's not going to be a lot of people. Hot tubs, yes, exactly.
These garbage cans seem...
I also want to check if it's feasible.
Chelsea Bando's the kind that could hold her own with anyone, but she has a way of turning my knees to jelly. She's a mutant just like everyone else in this part of town, but she's a real beauty.
Well, hello, stranger.
Lovesick Puppy, Charming Curious. I think there's endings in this game and you can end with one of the women, I think. And she's one of them, not sure. Let's do it subtle innuendo. Charmingly Curious. Let's go with Charmingly Curious.
Tell me, gorgeous, has the new True Detective come in yet?
Yeah, but you gotta pay for it this time. Hey, when you finish a magazine, it is in no condition to sell.
So, Charmingly Curious is a gorgeous. Let's go with no. Macho. Let's go with sarcastic.
You're a riot, Chelsea. You ought to be doing stand-up.
No. Look, I do enough stand-up work right here. So can I help you with something?
Ask him out. Let's start at the top.
Rook acts like a tough guy, but he's a softie. Just don't tell him that to his face.
It's funny, because I didn't even remember that this game was the exact same list of fucking names that all the other games do. The first game you need to type it in, which is very annoying.
Oh, you know me, Tex. I'm just making ends meet.
But typing it in also is a little better in terms of you're actually doing something instead of just going through the list, you know? The fact that you're typing it in and having yourself having to note all the name of these people and having to type them for them, it does make it more interactive. I know that in the end of the day, it's the same fucking thing. You have your own list there and you're going through the list anyway. It's just that just going through that list and clicking every thing, that doesn't feel like you're doing anything. It's all about the feelings.
I love Louis, but his friendliness doesn't fool me. He's a sharp one. He knows everything that's going on in this neighborhood. Franny's a live wire. Either she or Sal is going to do time for killing the other one. I have never seen a couple fight like they do. Sal's a handful. He's a nice guy, but I don't know, I feel kind of naked when he gives me the eye. Luckily, Ardo seems to like me. I mean, if I were on his bad side, I'd be tempted to relocate. He could crush a Subaru with one hand.
I feel that every actor was giving the direction to move their hands a lot while they talk. So the Italian woman's like la 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 all the time. She moves them more in relation to what she's saying. So one, or you know, that other disfigured dude also. They all do it. They all move a lot their hands, not just their body, but really their hands and kind of articulating what they're doing. Probably because, like. It's an FMV game. It needs to. If not, it's just talking heads. You know, it's just a guy like blah 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 blah. I think it's a good choice. I'm not sure all the actors do a good job of it, but yeah, it's definitely a thing they do.
Sal's Luckily, Ardo.
You'll see, she always goes like that.
We're on his bad
Like,
side.
she always goes like,
Franny's a
Oh,
live wire.
I should try to stay there. Maybe the director was like, stop it. You just go up like that all the time.
Louis, but his.
And she goes up like that. No?
Oh, you know me.
No, she's pretty good.
Brooke
She
actually.
doesn't always do the thing. Just that here and this one kind of are the same.
Sorry.
Is she bloody? Yeah, she's bloody here. She has her head's open and no, it's the low resolution.
Wish I could help you there, Tex. Sorry.
She doesn't know much.
Yeah, you know, I remember Rook told me about the burglary. You know, I remember a stranger hanging around the past couple of days. It might be a dead end, but I seem to remember that the guy had these bright green eyes and a tattoo of an anchor on his arm.
So she says, we don't know if it's all related though, but let's say Chelsea says green eye and tattoo anchor, right? Blah blah blah. Tattoo anchor.
The Crusade is big. I mean, much bigger than most people know. They have operatives all over, and then these huge sections of the Norm population are joining. Well, they say it's a religion, but then they encourage the members to be violent and prejudiced towards others.
Okay.
Luckily, Franny's a...
Okay. End conversation. Nah, fuck the comments. If I remember correctly, there's not much here, but I do like
All
to
hell
look
is
at
broken.
everything.
Rusty the Clown's novelty shop. Closed down a few months ago after Rusty mysteriously disappeared. The police suspect foul play, but I think he probably just choked to death on his own bad jokes.
Rusty the Clown. That's definitely a reference to Simpsons. Whoa. It's like I'm drunk all the time.
It's all locked up. The only way I'm gonna get inside is by using my innate cleverness or ingenuity, or maybe a key.
Maybe a key.
It's all locked up. On the top floor of this place is where my trusty 31 light.
Let's see what happens if I do that. I can move around. Cancel.
On the top floor of this. On the top floor of this place.
Okay, so I can't open that.
The Bijou Theater used to be quite a night spot. It was condemned years ago and could collapse any day. There's no way I'm going in there.
Now laying.
Looks like someone took a pee here. The Bijou Theater. Turns out that when Worlds Collide had it all wrong. When Venus bounced off us back in '29, it wasn't that bad. In fact, here in California, hardly anybody noticed. The most interesting thing about these movie posters is that someone hasn't stolen them. All hell has broken loose. I heard this newspaper box got destroyed right after Chelsea opened her newsstand. Coincidence? These fire hydrants are commonly used by the locals to mark territory in front of their respective business establishments. Ah, the once majestic Chandler Avenue. There's enough radiation in this asphalt to fry an egg on Christmas morning. Coit Tower was once a majestic landmark. The wiener stand on the patio at the base of Coit Tower made the best chili dog in town. No one's here right now, though, so I better check back later. Looks like someone's locked it. The Acme Warehouse is the former Snow White. The Acme Warehouse is the Acme Ware. The Ac. The Golden Gate Hotel was once known as the Waldorf of the Pacific. Its halls are still sturdy, and the walls have worn well. But there's nobody living inside. Ardo Newpop is a gigantic goon who works at the front desk at the Golden Gate Motel. Ardo's no rocket
Motel or
scientist.
motel?
In fact, he probably doesn't even know what a rocket scientist is.
Boob tube obnobbing. I want to know what that is.
Anything good on the tube today?
Uh-huh. I'm watching the Captain Wallaby show, and he's so funny.
Rude personal opinion. Show some interest.
Captain Wallaby, your favorite show?
It's my third favorite show. My favorite is the Inspector Burns Fire Safety Show.
Let's make conversation.
Why is that your favorite show?
Because fire safety is very important, and I want to grow up to be just like Inspector Burns.
Lie shamelessly.
Look, Ardo, if you'll answer some of my questions, I might bring Inspector Burns in to meet you. Would you like that?
Okay. I can answer some questions, but first I have to put on my fire hat because Inspector Burns' Fire Safety Show is going to be on pretty soon.
Okay. Let's talk about the burglary first.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
I went to his pawn shop because I thought he would have Inspector Burns action figures, but he didn't, and I got mad at him, so he probably don't like me.
Correct.
Ooh, Chelsea is pretty cool, because she's got good magazines and stuff. That's where I bought my Inspector Burns Fire Safety Manual. He's a nice guy, and I like to eat there because there's a TV. She's the lady who makes the best pizza. I eat at her pizza place all the time because I love it.
Well, you sure doesn't move his arms?
I never heard nothing about that.
Okay.
I just want to be like my hero, Inspector Burns, because fire safety is very important. I don't know what that is. I heard about that, but I don't know what a crusade is. I used to watch his TV show, and it was pretty good, but then it stopped. And then he opened a store down the street, and I used to go there and buy stuff, but then it closed.
Okay, nothing to do here. Can't go there. Good talk here. You were very helpful. I'll come back with your action figure, maybe. I could put this stuff in the computer. We didn't talk about the burglary to her.
What can I get for you, Han?
Politely decline.
Sounds delicious, but what I really need is some...
Ask about Rusty.
He was a weirdo who opened up a shop just down the street. That would have been a couple of years ago. The business went under in a hurry and the clown just disappeared. I heard that Rook's place got robbed. It scares me to death. There's so much crime in this part of the city. Sorry. Can't.
I think that's it.
What can I... He was a strange one. He had a show on TV for a while. Got pretty popular. Then he quit the show and went into business. He opened up a shop right up the street from here. I guess he wasn't a very good businessman. The shop went out of business within a couple of months. Then Rusty just disappeared. I heard he'd made some enemies in the novelty trade. He was a strange... Rook's been robbed before, but he's never had anything really valuable taken. This is gonna set Rook back for a while. Too bad the cops have turned a blind eye. Rook told me about the bracelet, but I don't know anything. He's one of the few Norms besides you who's eaten here. Seems like a typical cop. A little dim, and not too concerned about what happens in the mutant sections of town.
Oh, I can also move away from here, but I don't know why I would do that, really. Okay, we can't get in there. We need a credit card. I can ask you.
What else can I help you with?
About...
I don't know anything. Makes... Oh, man!
The painted door thing is pretty weird.
What now, Myth?
Yeah, if we want to, we can move around here. Coit Tower. There's nothing there, right?
Coit Tower was once a majestic landmark.
Go back to our office. Let's do that. Maybe we received the credit card. No. We have a phone. Didn't we get a phone?
My phone would work perfectly if it had...
Okay, let's enter some stuff inside the computer. Oh shit, it's already there. No, no, no. Remove all the things. Okay, so Carrot Top, red, foot 14, Chelsea says green eyes, and the tattoo anchor. Solar 100 plus matches. Hey, Tikaru, mutant, yes, no. Let's say we don't know. Yo, Tikaru, thank you for the raid. We're playing Marvel Rivals. I've not seen the game, but I keep hearing about it. It must be good. Okay, travel. Let's go to the police station.
I haven't seen Mac Malden since the Martian Memorandum case. I remember him as a surly, incompetent, fat-nosed cop. As I step into his office, I can see he's changed. His nose is even bigger.
Well, if it isn't Tex Murphy. I figured you'd be dead by now.
It's the same guy that made, like, it's the same fucking face, I think. Like, it was low res and everything, but it was the same thing. He has such a distinct, that big nose and everything. Full compliment, friendly rejoinder, back at you. I don't know, full compliment.
Good to see you too, Mac. You look great. That extra weight sure suits you.
Still the wise guy, eh, Murphy? It was great to see you. Now get lost!
He used to say that.
Oh, come on. Remember the Martian Memorandum case? Hey, we made a swell team.
Yeah, those were the days. I don't get cases like that anymore. Things are harder now. The mayor's office is all over me again. You heard about the string of pawn shop robberies? We have no suspects, and I'm catching the heat for it.
Pride which goeth he before the fall, suck up, shocked by ineptitude.
So you and your crack team of detectives have no leads?
Of course we have leads, you pots. We know he's a Norm, Caucasian, and has AB negative blood. That narrows down our list of suspects to about 1 million. Now get out of my hair. I got work to do.
Norm, Caucasian, and something else. The blood type. Did he say the blood type?
Can't you find something better?
No, because
Still the wise guy.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, the mayor's office is all over.
What you need is San Francisco's best.
Yeah? I asked him to help.
So, I actually had to say these things to get that
I don't
information.
mean.
Sure you are.
I wish. I couldn't have.
Well, here I can still.
Now I can't even talk to him.
Can't you find.
I was planning on it.
Still the wise guy, Amer.
Yeah, finally
Oh,
reminisce.
Yeah, the mayor's office.
And then shocked by ineptitude.
So you and your crack team of detectives
Of course we
AB
have
negative.
leads, you pots. We know he's a Norm, Caucasian, and has AB negative blood. That narrows down our list of suspects to about 1 million. Now get out of my hair.
About 1 million. Let's go back to the office.
CrimeLink Computers, the
Caucasian. We don't know the sex? He's a norm. AB negative. Still this. I mean, he's a norm, so he probably has 2 eyes, right? Maybe not. That'd be fucked if it wasn't. Okay.
Oh, great.
Okay, there's nothing to do here.
You look.
I prefer to stay hungry. I've got an image to maintain, you know.
I heard that Rook's play.
Oh wait, there's something here, no? Okay.
Some of this devastation came from the Barney the Dinosaur Museum. No one was too upset when it became one of the first structures to get blasted in the war. Everyone refers to this stuff as Barney rubble.
Oh! Oh my god. It's so funny. Whoa, whoa. So much sprites.
Louis laments.
Whoops.
Rook's been robbed before, but he's never had anything really valuable taken. This is good.
Okay.
Surprisingly, the auto post.
Hey, Haggis. What are the inventory items? I have radio, glass shard. Why do I have a glass shard? I picked it up here, but well, okay, this glass shard has
Looks
the
like
air
whoever
in
broke into
it. Okay, yeah. What about that radio?
This old relic probably hasn't worked in years.
Ah.
Hey, there are batteries in here.
But batteries, I don't need batteries right now. Yes, FMB goodness. Did we examine everything? Yes, this has all been examined. I didn't examine this.
I wonder if these still work. Tingly tongue. Still got juice.
Still got the juice. Tingly tongue.
This is where graffiti.
It really feels like there should be something in this garbage, but there's nothing. Recyclable paper only. Oh, maybe if I put something that's not recyclable paper, something's gonna happen? Let's save first.
Well, that's not gonna work. Well, that's not gonna work. Well, that's not gonna work. Well, that's not gonna work.
Did I try the batteries?
Well, that's not gonna work.
Okay.
Well, that's not gonna work.
Felt logical. It says recyclable papers only, so clearly there's something about putting non-recyclable paper in it. Somebody lives here. I just need to find out how to get to them.
Oh, man! Well,
He says it here when I look in it.
well, I'll be darned.
This a painted door?
Looks like someone's... Reminds me of playing whoever uses... Whatever's on the other end.
Judas, Murphy, can't you find something else to do?
Ask about.
It makes me mad as hell.
He doesn't know anything.
It was a beauty. Huh?
Oh, it's not what I wanted to do. Whatever. Oh, there you go. What, he's randomly there?
Looks like Mr. Bum is home for the evening.
Well, that was random. I wanted to go out in the street.
Yeah, what do you want?
All business. Tongue-in-cheek. Bum camaraderie. All business.
I'm looking for some information regarding the robbery at Rook's last night.
Well, there are thieves everywhere. Someone just stole my radio. Sure, it was busted, but it was all I had. Man, who would stoop to robbing the homeless?
Oh, I needed to take the batteries out before I could give him back the radio. That's why he appeared after I took the batteries out. That's weird, but yeah, whatever. Total apathy, feigned sympathy. The thing is, if I would have gone out, I wouldn't have come back here. Unless I would have got stuck. Because in my head, I came here. Total apathy, feigned sympathy, indignant apology.
Okay, I did it. How was I to know? I thought the thing was junk.
Junk? Junk? Oh, get out of my face, dirtbag!
Let's give him... Oh no, I don't have it anymore.
Oh no, not you again. Look, I'll warn you right now, I'm almost out of chocolate syrup and I'm not in a good mood.
Not in a good mood. Okay, I need to find out what I need to say here so that he likes me. It's kind of like in the second game. Let's go with kind of concerned and helpful. Make an offer. Let's go with Elf.
Look, I'll do you a favor. If you're free Thursday, I'll take you to the Chocoholics Anonymous meeting.
Spare me the insults, tough guy. If you got something to say, spill it.
Authoritative bluff, artful compassion, inquisitive.
Well, I was just doing a little amateur sleuthing.
God, you are a pest!
He hates me.
Oh, looks like Mr.
This isn't a good time for a social call, punk. If I don't get it fixed soon, I'll go insane! Dory me for a lot to do!
Well, I think that Chocoholics Anonymous could do wonders for you.
How do you get lost before I eat that chocolate-colored hat of yours?
Okay, maybe he just needs chocolate, but I'm still gonna
This isn't a good time for a social...
What do you mean, go insane? Seems to me you're already there.
How do you get lost?
I don't make a practice of helping out addicts, but I think I've got something that will ease the pain.
Oh, hold out on me, man. If you've got something, let's have it.
Do you want this to search for gifts? Maybe he wants that. Offer from inventory.
Come on, that's crap!
Sales flyer?
Well, that's not gonna cut it, punk.
Do you want this newspaper?
Come on, that's crap!
What about this? Oh, shit.
This isn't a good time for a social...
I don't...
Oh, hold on.
Glass shard?
Come on, that's crap!
Maybe he wants... I think he wants chocolate, but whatever.
That's not gonna cut it, punk.
You don't want batteries? Hey, I would give you back your fucking radio, but for some reason, I threw it away. I would not have thrown it away. This is a point-and-click adventure game. I'm gonna stick with everything I get. I get batteries from the radio. I'm keeping the radio and the batteries. But apparently, I got the batteries and I said, whoop, the radio. And now he wants his radio back. Well, he's not gonna get his radio back, that's for sure. You're not gonna get it back, motherfucker. But maybe you want something else. Let's go talk to Rogue.
What else can I help you with,
Ask about... We can ask about more stuff now. More chocolate.
I don't know
We
anything
don't have any chocolate. Exit the street. Yeah, let's go... Maybe... No. Chocolate? I mean, where would be chocolate? Whatever, let's try here.
Okay.
Do you have chocolate?
You want to try a slice of my chocolate pie? I can give you a piece to
That
go
sounds
if
actually
you like.
pretty good right now. Yeah. I got it. Let's go. End conversation. Let's go in the alley. Hey, Mr. Dumpster Boy.
This isn't a good time for a social call, punk.
I like this guy.
Get a fix soon, I'll go insane!
Whoops. Make an offer.
I don't make a practice of helping out addicts, but I think I've got...
Oh, hold out on me.
Chocolate pie.
Praise heaven! You've brought the ambrosia of life. Ask me anything you want.
Let's go. Ask about.
Brooke, he leaves me alone. Can't ask for more than that. I think Chelsea used to fancy me, till she found out my only true love was chocolate. Damn near broke her heart. Nice guy, good cook. Every National Feed a Bum Day, he brings me one of his award-winning chocolate pies. Ugh. I don't have much to do with her. They don't serve anything with chocolate in it at the pizza joint. The only time I ever see Sal is when he gets drunk and comes by to pick a fight. Then I kick his butt and send him on his way.
I'm happy that chocolate is removed from the list now that it's done.
That big goon, he used to hassle me until I shared a quart of chocolate syrup with him. Now he lets me alone. The only time I ever see Sal is...
Okay.
That big goon. Wish I could help. I stay out of politics, especially bad politics.
There's politics in these games. The same with the second game. There was the... What was it called? Not necessarily. Like there's left-right politics in the jokes and all, but like there's always like a group of people that has weird politics. But remember in the second game, was it also a group of people that didn't like... They weren't named the same, but they were also a group that didn't like mutants.
Oh, don't. Sorry, can't help. Wish I could help. I saw someone prowling around the back of the pawn shop last night. It was so dark, I didn't get a good look at him, but I could tell he was huge. Probably 6'3" or 6'4", about 300 pounds. Nope, don't know a thing.
And the bracelet. No.
Sorry.
Okay. End conversation. Okay, let's save on that. Increment file and save. Let's go. Whatever. So we didn't get anything new to talk about. If I talk to you.
Chelsea's a hot.
Hi, Tex. How?
Yeah. Let's see if we can get this in the computer. I just wonder if somebody slipped in that it was a male or something, and I didn't. I didn't write it down. Computer. So this guy added that it's 6 feet 3'4". So this and 300 pounds. Really? So this, it's still 100 more. What if I do this, this, or this? No. Maybe I missed some information. I'm gonna talk to everybody about this again.
Yeah, you know, I remember Rook told me about the burglary. You know, I remember a stranger hanging around the past couple of days. It might be a dead end, but I seem to remember that the guy had these bright green eyes.
The guy.
And a tattoo of an anchor on his arm.
She says the guy. So it's male. We can't get in there. This is locked also.
Yeah, looks.
I don't have anything to open this, right? We got batteries and glass shards. I thought there must be a reason we get glass shards.
It's all locked up. I heard that Ardo shuts the place down every once in a while to do fire safety upgrades.
Oh, we can't go back in there anymore.
I heard this newspaper box got destroyed right after Chelsea opened her. He's fine. Coit Tower was once a majestic landmark.
Let's go back to the police station.
Can't you find something better to do than bother me?
No.
I don't mean to bother you, but I'm still stuck on this case.
Sure you are. Probably a case of cheap scotch.
Tell you what, help me solve this case I'm working on and I'll buy you a scotch. And not the cheap stuff.
Bribing a cop, eh, Murphy? Get out of here.
I'm not even sure I can actually talk to this
Can't
guy.
you
No.
Still the wise guy.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, though the mayor's office is all.
Sounds like we might be looking.
No chance, Murphy.
No chance, Murphy.
Can't you find...
No.
Still the wise...
Listen, I'm working on a burglary.
You and me both. The mayor's office is all over me again.
So you?
Of course we have leads, you pots. We know he's a norm, Caucasian, and that narrows down our list of suspects to about a...
Yeah, we have all this information already.
Can't you find...
I was planning on it.
Still the wise guy, eh?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, the mayor's...
No, we talked about all that. We know what this
What you need.
does.
Yeah?
One last go.
I don't mean...
Sure you are.
I wish. I couldn't afford...
Well, here are our custodian.
I'm waiting for that credit card. If it comes here, it might be at day 2.
Grimelink Computers.
Caucasian male. 6'3", 6'4", 300 pounds. Not a mutant. Hair color red. Eyes. Let's say 2. You suspect file, yes. Flem, Mick Flem. Charge: burglary, juvenile court, suspect sentence, suspended sentence. I don't know what that means. Mail fraud, 5,000 fines, suspended sentence. Attempted extortion, 3 months county jail. Petty theft, 6 month county jail. Burglary, 1 year state pen. Arson, 4 year. Grand theft, 5 years. Importing illegal novelty items, 3 years. The whereabouts of Mick Flem are unknown at this time. The SFPD are interested in questioning him about the recent disappearance and suspecting murder of Rusty the Clown. It is likely that Flem and Rusty were working together when Flem was arrested for illegally importing Asian novelty items. Flem may have murdered Rusty to get revenge for letting him take the fall. This theory has been supported by a street informant, Big Nariz, who claims to have seen Flem within the past few weeks. Nariz reports seeing Flem in an extremely intoxicated state, apparently hallucinating, saying that Rusty Clown's ghost was out to get him. Rusty the Clown. Or Rusty Clown's ghost. But even like murder of Rusty Clown. Not Rusty the Clown? Whatever. Oh my god. So tattoo, green eyes, AB. Do I need to take all of that in note? Okay, and now we can go talk to Rook, I guess? Well, that's what he wanted. He wanted to know who did it. We know.
What now, Murphy?
Let's save. No, who? I can't even remember the name of the guy. Ask about. That's gonna be there. Mick Flynn. The burglary?
It makes me mad as hell this.
I guess we talk about this then.
I don't know anything about that.
What?
I don't know anything.
It makes me mad as hell.
I guess we need to find the bracelet.
It was a beauty.
Just telling him who did it is not enough. Let's do the alley. Let's go talk to that guy. Dumpster dude.
Ask away.
Talk about Nick.
Wish I could help.
Beak.
Oh.
Nope. Whoa. Wait, let's go back to that. Ooh, whoa. I'm gonna puke. I always want to check that trash can. Is that it works with acceleration? Like, as you go faster, like if you go, you can even run in this game. Just, I don't even know. Is it shift? No, it's not shift. I think it was hard, but it doesn't do anything. Anyway, do you need to run when you can go like? But then when you want to go slower, you actually need to go like with the mouse like in the other direction. It's like a joystick essentially. The worst fucking joystick ever.
What can I do for... Sorry. Can't help.
What can I get you? Sorry.
Those names probably will. I'll need to talk to the cops for that.
Chelsea's a hot.
What can I do for you? Oh yeah, I know Beak. If you want to talk to him, you might try hanging out around Coit Tower.
I guess now it'll be available. Don't go there. Is this still closed?
I heard that Ardo...
Yeah.
I walk up the steps to Coit Tower and spot a small figure lurking in the shadows. In the half-light, I can see only the person's profile, but it's definitely Beak. As I walk towards him, he glances around, then approaches me warily, like a vegetarian sizing up a pot pie.
Oh yeah, this dude.
What are you staring at?
Establish identity.
You must be Beak Nerys.
Huh? Yeah, that's me. But I ain't smelled you before. Who are you?
I'm a friend of Chelsea Bando. You told me I could probably find you nosing around up here.
Yeah, Chelsea. Good egg. Nice looker. So, what do you want?
She said you might give me a lead on who robbed Rook's pawn shop.
Maybe yeah, maybe no. What you gonna give me for the info?
Maybe the surgery gift for his nose? It says nose in the thing.
Okay, I can use this. My nose has started sagging lately. Makes it hard to breathe. Now, what kind of info you looking for, huh? I haven't got any info on that. I can't help you there. Chelsea! Smart girl and a real looker to boot. She's got a cute little nose. I haven't got... She runs that pizza place with her husband, Sal. I don't know much about her. A true Italian nose, though.
I don't know how to go talk to Sal right now. We can talk about Sal, but we can't talk to Sal.
He lets his wife run the pizza joint. I don't know what he does. Though I've heard some things about who he does. You can tell he drinks a lot by that snarls of his. I can't help you there. I know a little about him. Runs a pretty successful PI business. Big trouble. It's causing mutant blood to boil, and I don't want to be around when the bullets start flying. Anyone with a hunker like that can't be all bad. Malden's no rocket scientist, but I hear that he's not on the take. I've helped him out a couple of times, so he leaves me alone. The bracelet is the bait Mick Flem uses for the pawn shop robberies. Rook's pawn shop was robbed by a two-bit crook named Mick Flem. He and his girlfriend have knocked off half a dozen pawn shops over the past month. The girl goes to a pawn shop and hawks a bracelet for a decent amount of cash. Then Flem breaks into the pawn shop and steals the bracelet, along with anything else he finds. I think he's dead, and I'll bet Mick Flem had something to do with it. Word was the two of them were smuggling illegal novelty items from Hong Kong, and Rusty crossed Flem. Ever since Rusty disappeared, Flem has had a terrible fear of clowns. Bozophobia. I once saw Flem pretty drunk, and he said he had nightmares of Rusty's ghost coming back to haunt him from the grave. He was completely terrified.
Pretty sure that's a real fear that exists, and I'm pretty sure it's not called bozophobia. But yeah, the fear of clowns exists. Mick
Flam's rap sheet would take a day to read. He's a fat scum, and he's an idiot to boot. That's why he's always getting caught. He's been busted for burglary, mail fraud, arson, you name it. Everyone knows he operates out of the Snow White warehouse, but don't tell him. Oh, I'm nobody. I just try to keep my nose clean and my ear to the ground. Oh, wait a minute. Or was that vice versa?
Colorophobia. Yeah, it's weird. It's not. It has nothing to do with. It's not like clown phobia or something. Probably the Latin name of clowns. We did talk about.
I think he's dead. Rook's pawn.
Okay. Yeah, I think on that we're gonna end it. Increment and save and stream. Boom. So we'll continue this. It is not about the killing moon right now. It's all about this little thing here, but I'm sure it's connected. And we're starting slow, but we're gonna get big. Yeah, let's see if we can raid somebody. Tomorrow afternoon, probably more Indiana Jones. Well, maybe not, like late afternoon. And then we'll continue Betrayal at Krondor. That's tomorrow, Monday. But then Tuesday is the day that I'm going to do that big stream I'm talking about. Where I'll probably start at noon or something. Afternoon of fucking around and talking about anything. And just yeah. And starting that tier list I want to do. And then at 8, 9, 10, like the usual time that I stream is when I'll try to have the most fun, you know. I know exactly what I'll do. I have a list of things I want to do and I want to talk about. I'm looking for somebody to raid. Just give me a second here. We will find. Yeah, let's go with Cherokee Starfish. There you go. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night. See you next time. Ciao.
Thank you for your cooperation. Good night. side.
For clothes that Tristan lost. At Bold 3 Detergent Plus Fabric Softener. Spray. Relief.
You two take care of labor.
Only intended for plain cut.
You don't want to die of call toll-free.